The Incredible Hulk. See the Hulk banished to outer space, trapped by the Ringmaster, and other thrills with the most exciting original character in comics. I can't control him anymore. The Hulk has gone berserk. Look! Nothing can stop him now. He can fly. The Hulk. Banished to Outer Space. Part 1. Stan Lee and J. Kirby. In a cement-walled chamber beneath the sea, the most incredible creature on Earth pounds vainly against the walls of his prison. Walls which were built to withstand the force of an atomic explosion. While outside the Hulk's cell, a tense teenager mutters a silent prayer, hoping against hope that Dr. Bruce Banner has built the chamber strong enough to keep the greatest menace Earth has ever known from escaping. Another few hours till daybreak, and then the Hulk will have changed back to Bruce Banner, and it will be safe for me to free him. And so, the amazing drama takes place in that lonely cavern, hidden from the eyes of men, as Rick Jones keeps his faithful vigil, knowing that behind the wall, a human engine of destruction is quivering to break loose. Thank heaven. The walls are holding. The Hulk can't escape. Alone with his thoughts, the boy remembers the events of the past few hours, as he and Dr. Banner rush to the hidden cavern. Hurry, Rick. It's growing dark. There isn't much time. I'm coming, Doc. We're just in time. Now remember, don't open this door till daybreak, no matter what. But Doc, what if something happens to me? What if I get sick or something? What if I can't open the door in the morning? It's a chance I have to take, Rick. Better for me to suffocate in there as Bruce Banner than to escape and menace the world as the Hulk. The massive concrete door closes behind Bruce Banner at the exact moment that evening begins on the surface. Then, just as it has happened so many times before, a startling change comes over the mild, scholarly scientist. And behold, the Hulk. Satisfied that the monstrous creature is safely imprisoned in his cell, Rick leaves the cavern as he heads for Bruce Banner's cottage and some much-needed sleep. Oh, I sure can use some shut-eye. But suddenly... Hold on, son. You're Rick Jones, aren't you? Yeah. What's it to you, Napoleon? Don't get smart, kid. We've been looking for you. We've had this area under surveillance all day. We knew you were bound to show up sooner or later. And our orders from General Thunderbolt Ross are, bring in Rick Jones. The General knows you're the only one who can lead us to the Hulk. And at his headquarters, a few miles away, Thunderbolt Ross holds a dramatic staff meeting. My men will find Rick Jones. You can count on it. And when they do, we'll get the Hulk. He won't escape us again. I swear it. And remember, when the boy is brought in, we begin Plan H. We'll force him to bring the Hulk to us. Here he comes now, General. What's the big idea, General? I ain't done nothing. Jones, I'll get right to the point. You've got to bring the Hulk to us. There's no time to lose. Cool it, mister. Nothing can make me rat on the Hulk. Look, son. This is bigger than you or me. This involves the security of the United States. Out there, on the launching pad, is America's newest, most important missile. It must be tested. But there isn't a man living who could stand the force of its G-pull, except the Hulk. We want the Hulk to ride that rocket, in the interest of national security. No one else can do it. Now, what do you say? A silence so thick that it can almost be cut descends upon the room, as the sullen teenager makes his decision. If it's something that our country needs, how can I refuse? I've gotta bring the Hulk here. If I can. And so, a short time later, after convincing himself that the troops have not followed him, and that the secret of the hidden cavern will remain his secret, Rick Jones sets out to free the Hulk. I couldn't explain to them that I can't control the Hulk. When he gets free, who knows what he'll do. Slowly, nervously, the teenager releases the mighty shaft which holds the concrete door in place. But, even before he finishes, the pounding, it's getting louder. With a surge of unbelievable power, the mightiest man-thing on Earth shatters the half-loosened door as he comes thundering out of his dungeon. I'm free! You, boy, you locked me in cell. You pay for that now. If he gets a hold of me, I'm a goner. He's following me. Now if I could just lead him to the missile. Lucky for me that the Hulk can't move too fast. Reaching the installation, the Hulk's shambling form is followed every step of the way by tight-lipped troops with weapons cocked. His massive form lumbering forward like a dreadnought, the Hulk brushes aside obstacles which stand in his way as easily as a man might brush aside a fly. General Ross, he's coming. The lad is leading him straight toward the missile. So far, so good. He's following me up the gantry. If I make one false move now, it'll be curtains for this cat. I'll leave my jacket here, and then duck under the framework. The Hulk will think I'm in the cabin. It worked! I sure hope I did the right thing, betraying him this way. The Hulk is in the capsule, sir. Condition green. Closed capsule. Prepare to launch. And in the lonely cabin, a thought begins to penetrate the Hulk's brooding brain, as the mighty creature realizes he has been trapped. But there is no time for action, no time for escape. Within seconds, the roaring missile is rocketing into the atmosphere. And then, past the atmosphere, into endless space. While back at the control center, we've done it. It worked. It's the end of the Hulk. He'll never return alive to menace Earth again. Suddenly, as the speeding ship hurtles through the heavens, the cabin is bathed in the warm, bright light of the sun. Sunlight, the one element that brings about the most astonishing change on Earth. The change of the Hulk, back again into the form of Dr. Bruce Banner. Where am I? What happened? But before the dazed scientist can fully come to his senses, the unshielded spaceship enters a vast radiation belt. And once again, Bruce Banner's body is subjected to those mysterious, powerful rays, about which so little is truly known. Rays of intense radiation, with the power to effect the most fantastic changes upon anything that lives. Rays which bathe Bruce Banner's body for seconds, which seem like a lifetime. And then, finally, The tiny capsule breaks through the radioactive belt in its undiminishing race away from Earth. While thousands of feet below, a tense teenager scans the skies, as one nerve-wracking thought repeats and repeats in his brain. Did I do the right thing? What if I've doomed Dr. Banner? Returning warily to Control Center, Rick Jones accidentally overhears General Ross. Well, we've done it. That's the end of the Hulk. Let's hope so, sir. For if he ever returns, he'll be so filled with fury that we'll never be able to stop him. What? Don't worry about the Hulk returning. That missile is on a flight to infinity, and it's a one-way journey. It was a trap. They tricked me. It was the only way they could remove the menace of the Hulk. But I can't let them do it. They don't realize that he isn't really just an inhuman monster to be destroyed by any means. He's Bruce Banner, and I've got to save him. Here's the missile control panel. This is my chance. No one's looking. At that split second, just as Rick Jones touches the control switch, the unbelievable amount of radiation which the ship has absorbed causes a shock to travel the many, many miles back to Earth. An electric shock which will link the Hulk and Rick Jones more closely together than ever before. Ow! Then, the deed is done. The shock is gone, and due to the switch being pulled, the rocket package drops away from the missile, and the capsule plummets back to Earth. I've done it! I brought the missile back. The automatic chute is opening. But it's still falling too fast. It's daylight now. Bruce Banner will be in the capsule instead of the Hulk. He'll never be able to survive a crash landing. Oh, it's too late. I've killed him. I've killed the only real friend I've ever had. No human being could have lived through that crash. I've killed him. But at that moment, the Hulk! How? How? It's impossible. You can't be the Hulk in daylight. You should have changed to Dr. Banner by now. What happened to you up there? Why are you glowing that way? As effortlessly as a man would lift a cardboard box, the mighty Hulk lifts the wrecked space capsule. And your fault. All your fault. I gotta run. Gotta get away. He's more dangerous than ever now. Long, frantic moments later, I can run faster than him, but I'm getting tired. The Hulk never gets tired. He could go on forever. I'm sunk. No place else to run. Now, revenge. No, no. Stay back. Please, stop. Huh? He stopped. He's standing still. Motionless. I said stop. And he stopped. He's standing there. Almost like a robot. As though awaiting my next command. I've got to test him. Your hand, Hulk. Raise your hand. Now sit down. That's it. Sit. It's impossible. But it's true. He obeys me. My every command. Bend down now, Hulk. I need a lift down the mountain. That's it. Bend. What could have caused it? What? Wait, I know. That shock when I pulled the switch. That was it. Somehow, in some way I'll never understand, a current ran from the Hulk in the capsule to me down at the ground. Maybe it has something to do with the radiation belt up there. But whatever it was, it's made the Hulk my servant. I'm his master. Me, Rick Jones, master of the mightiest creature on Earth. But what about Dr. Banner? When will he change back to his true self? Or will he ever change back? There's my cabin. I've got to think this out. Gotta figure out what to do next. Stay there, Hulk, while I get some shut-eye. Don't move, understand? Don't move. But a few minutes later, Rick awakens with a start. I heard something. Hey, the Hulk! He's gone! It is an easy matter for the boy to follow the Hulk's trail. An awesome trail leading straight into town. My control over him must end when I fall asleep. He only obeys me when I'm awake. But now I gotta get to him, before he runs amok. I'm just in time. There he is. He's going on a rampage. What'll I do? I can't get close enough to him. He can't hear me. And then, the heavily armed state troopers appear on the scene. But even their automatic firearms cannot halt the mighty Hulk. We're forcing him back. Yeah, but we're not hurting him. What happens when we run out of ammo? But the troopers' fire slows the Hulk up enough to give Rick a chance to leap into action. Hulk, we've got to get out of here. Do you hear me? Get out of here! Fast! I hear. Gathering the awe-stricken lad in one massive arm, the Hulk leaps into the air. But it is a leap the like of which has never before been seen by mortal man. A leap which carries him over the top of the tallest building. A leap propelled by the most powerful muscles of any living thing on Earth. We're flying! Finally, miles away, at the outskirts of town. Down! Go down, Hulk! That's it. It's too much for me. I've got the most powerful thing in the world under my control, and I don't know what to do with it. But one thing I do know. I don't dare go to sleep again. Unless he's locked up back in his dungeon. And so, at a command from the boy, the Hulk calmly enters the escape-proof cell, which he himself had built when he was Dr. Bruce Banner. There. You'll be safe there. For a while. Until I can figure out how to turn you back to Dr. Banner. That is, if I ever can. Slowly, ponderously, the massive door closes, as the thing which is the Hulk watches silently, with no trace of expression on his cold, unblinking eyes. Lucky I was able to replace this shattered steel ramrod. And through the long night, Rick Jones sits outside the concrete wall, still afraid to fall asleep. Still not trusting the unimaginable strength which the Hulk possesses. Still wondering as he waits, what will happen at that fateful moment when he can stay awake no longer? What will happen then? As Rick Jones sits against the cold, dank wall, fighting desperately to keep from falling asleep, his thoughts go racing back to the beginning, back to the origin of the Hulk. It was a day that had started like any day, when Rick had taken a dare from some friends and driven into an off-limits atomic testing range. I'll show the guys I ain't chicken. I'll drive right up to the test area. Then, seconds before his powerful gamma-ray bomb was due to be detonated, Dr. Bruce Banner sighted the boy from his vantage point in a shielded bunker. There's someone out there. He'll be killed. Unmindful of his own safety, the world-famous nuclear scientist dashed to the teenager and sped with him towards a nearby trench. Hey, hold it, Daddy-O. What's the big idea? No time to make it back to the bunker, but there's a ditch over here. Frantically, Dr. Banner hurled Rick Jones into the crevice, where the teenager was shielded from the mysterious, menacing gamma rays. But, at that second... the blast! Standing in the open, exposed and unsheltered, the heroic Bruce Banner absorbed the full impact of the nuclear explosion, even though the center of the blast was a good 5 miles away. His ear-piercing screams filled the desert air, as the scientist lost all sense of time and space, as a strange, awesome change took place in the atomic structure of his body. A short time later, Dr. Banner regained consciousness in a room at the base hospital, with the boy whose life he had saved standing by. The boy, Rick Jones, who was destined never to leave him again. You saved my life, Dr. Banner. I'll never forget it. The blast, the noise, the rays. What happened to me? What happened? And then, as the sun set, as though in answer to Bruce Banner's anguished question, the Geiger counter on a nearby table began to tick louder and louder and louder and louder and louder, until the man who had been Dr. Bruce Banner had turned into the most dangerous living creature on Earth, the Incredible Hulk. The Hulk, mightier than a battering ram. The Hulk, more dangerous than a runaway tornado. The Hulk, as uncontrollable as the very forces of nature herself, foe of every human being on Earth. Only one other living person knew the secret of the Hulk's true identity, and that person was Rick Jones, who refused to desert him, no matter what he had turned into. Wait! Wait for me! I'm going with you! You need me! Only Rick Jones knew that with the coming of dawn, the Hulk again became Dr. Bruce Banner, the man who saved his life. You must leave me, Rick. I can't control myself when I become the Hulk. Even you won't be safe. But Rick Jones did not leave his friend. Instead, he helped Bruce Banner build the massive prison under the sea. The prison which was created to house the Hulk, and from which even he could not escape. I'll open the door when it's daylight again, but till then, you'll have to stay in there, for your own good. And none but Rick Jones knows where the mighty Hulk is imprisoned, and none but Rick can set him free. All this flashes through the weary teenager's memory as he sits against the dungeon door, frantically praying that he will stay awake. For if he should fall asleep, as he is starting to do now, his control over the creature behind the wall will end. And, with the Hulk being more powerful than ever now, Who knows if the massive concrete door will hold? Nothing that lives can defy me, for I have the power to sap men's will. Soon, all the world will pay homage to the Ringmaster. Will the mighty Hulk be a match for the Ringmaster? And now, let us leave Rick Jones and turn our attention to a new menace which appears on the scene. A menace such as the world has never known. It begins like this. You are gazing at the town of Plainville. A mere 24 hours ago, it was a busy, bustling little city. But now, nothing moves, save two figures who cautiously drive through the strangely silent streets. Our tip was right, Mike. This town is the same as the other two. Everyone motionless. If not for their heartbeats, you'd think they were dead. So far we've been able to hush it up, so the nation won't panic. But if we FBI men can't solve this thing soon, who can? They're all the same. Not a flicker of movement. Not even an eyelid. It's as though everyone's been turned into a living statue. And as usual, the entire town's been ransacked. You could say that again. The bank vault's been picked clean as a whistle. Whoever is responsible for this fantastic thing didn't miss a trick. It's impossible. It defies all logic. How can anyone put entire towns under a spell and then rob them? If only we could find a clue. A little thing to go on. Wait a minute, Mike. Maybe there is something. Look at this. Every town that's been hit so far has had this same circus poster displayed in the street. It's a slim lead, but we'd better check it out. Our scene now changes as we visit the main tent of the Ringmaster Circus. Ladies and gentlemen, I, the Ringmaster, personally welcome you to the greatest show of all. Watch me closely every minute. Do not take your eyes off me for a second, and I guarantee that you will see wonders such as you have never seen before. You are about to witness our miraculous main attraction. Don't take your eyes off me for a minute. Watch. See. Behold. Note the spinning lines on my hat. The stars on my jacket. The lines. The stars. See them spin. Round and round. See them spin. Spin. It is over. I have bent them to my will, just as I have done in those other towns we visited. They are all asleep. They cannot move, nor speak. Now go, my performers. Go and give another of your finest performances. What a pity none will be awake to applaud you. Minutes later, the Ringmaster's hirelings roam through the audience at will, looting and robbing their helpless victims. Hope you're enjoying the show, mister. Ha ha ha. But the Ringmaster is still not satisfied. He next goes through the town itself, casting his spell over the few inhabitants who are not at the circus, as his performers continue their looting. You know, Bruto, this is almost too easy. Just keep pedaling, doll. Wait a minute, Tina. Here are some more bracelets and necklaces you could carry. Alright, back to the caravan. All of you. There are many more towns for the Ringmaster to visit. Pretty soon we're gonna need a place like Fort Knox to store all this loot. And so, the strange carnival procession fades into the night, heading for its next destination, and leaving behind a town filled with inhabitants who are still under the Ringmaster's strange hypnotic spell. But what is all this to do with the Hulk? Well, let us see. I did it. I managed to stay awake all night, so the Hulk didn't have a chance to run wild. But what do I do now? I gotta find a place to get some food, to wash up. The Hulk will be safe enough here, as long as I stay awake. Guess I'll go visit my Aunt Polly. She doesn't live far from here. A short time later. Land's sakes, boy. It's been ages since I've seen you. Where have you been? Real busy, Aunt Polly. But you wouldn't be interested in the details. Go along with you, Rick Jones. I certainly would be interested. But I know a body can't ever make you talk when you don't want to. After the teenager is eaten and chatted with his aunt, he decides to walk through town before returning to the Hulk, when he sees... Hey, nothing I like better than a circus. And so, fate tightens her little web. I, the Ringmaster, personally welcome you to the greatest show of all. Remember, do not take your eyes off me for a second. Watch. Behold. See them spin, round and round and round. And this time, among his helpless victims, the Ringmaster unwittingly numbers one teenage boy. A boy who has the Hulk to command. I can't move. Can't speak. He's hypnotized us all. But Rick Jones is not helpless. Not so long as he has the power to think. I'm beginning to feel numb. My brain is getting clouded. I've got to call the Hulk before I black out. Come to me, Hulk. Help. Come, Hulk. But can he hear my thoughts from so far away? He must. He must. And he does. Boy in danger. Must go to him. Like a fantastic flying dreadnought, the massive creature hurtles through the air and plummets down towards the circus tent, directed by Rick's thought waves. What is that? Look! There's someone who the Ringmaster didn't hypnotize. Just aim me towards him, pal. I'll take care of the big ox. Human cannonball. Quickly! The power hose! Nothing that lives can withstand its pressure. Coming, boss. He's stunned. Now's our chance. The Ringmaster's men bind the mighty Hulk, thinking they have overpowered him. Little do they dream, he is simply motionless, waiting for the next command from his master, Rick Jones. Want me to finish him off, boss? No. I have a better idea. And as Rick Jones remains in a hypnotized state, neither conscious nor yet asleep, the Ringmaster's men carry the motionless Hulk to one of their circus wagons. And so, the strange caravan leaves for the next town, little dreaming what an awesome engine of destruction they are holding in their midst. And a day later, the Ringmaster prepares to open a new show in a new village, with a startling new feature exhibit. We'll bill him as the monster of the age. The suckers won't be able to resist coming to see the big ape. Ringmaster, you're a genius. And so, the show begins, as the Ringmaster waits for the moment to cast his sinister hypnotic spell. Ladies and gentlemen, when suddenly, Ringmaster, you're under arrest. This is the FBI. We followed you from town to town, and now we've got you. Your victims told us everything when we snapped them out of your spell. Never mind that. Where's the Hulk? You're traveling with a live bomb. And at that very instant, at the sound of Rick's voice, the mightiest living thing on Earth snaps his chains, as a human would snap a toothpick. Run! The monster is loose! Don't worry, boss. I got him trapped. Watch out, you fool! He's got superhuman power! But the Ringmaster's warning comes too late, as the fantastic behemoth pushes the elephant back against the teeterboard, upsetting the Ringmaster's armed cohorts. The Hulk is spoiling everything! The Ringmaster will escape in all this confusion! Wait! Don't draw your gun! I'll handle the Hulk. Just give me a chance. But the government agent's fear is realized, as now's my chance to slip away. By the time anyone knows what happened, I'll be in another town, in another disguise, and they'll never find me. But the fleeing fugitive has reckoned without the Hulk, now under the control of a vengeful Rick Jones. I'll stop him! He's lifting the main support pole right out of the ground. It ain't possible. But almost any feat of strength is possible when the Hulk is performing it. Ugh! Help! Save me! Don't let him beat me! Hulk! Let him go! Put him down! Despite his white-hot wrath, the Hulk has no choice but to obey the teenager who is his master, as heavily armed troops from the nearby command post burst in upon the scene. On the double, men! Where is he? Where's the Hulk? Stand aside, boy! That creature must be stopped before it's too late. No, you can't! He ain't just a creature. He's... I can't tell you what he is, but nobody's shooting him. Ah! Up, Hulk! Up! Right through the tent! Look! He's flying! Nothing can stop him now. You did it, Hulk. We're free. You're safe. But... for how long? You won't escape me forever. Do you hear me, Hulk? I'll track you down to the ends of the earth. I'll rid this world of your menace, no matter what. I swear it, Hulk. I swear it. And so, our amazing saga comes to an end, but only for now. Soon, the Hulk will strike again, but more of that in the next issue of The Incredible Hulk. Don't dare miss it. The end.